I cannot believe I forgot I had this all ready to go and drawn. So this is an OC redesign of Raven, who is the main character of my little AU I've done for Heroes of Olympus. It, I get bored, I daydream excessively, and this is the shit that comes out of it. Um, Basically, the AU is if Zeus was an even more bigger asshole than he is in canon, and he does not keep his promises at the end of The Last Olympian, and he just turns full antagonist. Um, Basically, he's an asshole to everyone. He's an asshole to the other Olympians. He pulls tricks. He breaks his own rules of how the gods are supposed to act, and just does horrible things. And yeah, that's pretty much the premise for what I call Dark Skies. Um, so Raven is a child of Hades, and if you just listen to my intro, you probably can figure out Zeus has something to do with it. So yeah, most of this was making him look less like Nico and more like his own character. I will show, before I show the finished picture, a picture from 2 years ago, which was the most recent picture I could find that I had of Raven, that shows his old design, and he has more curly hair in that, and his skin is a bit darker, but that could also just be it's a night shot, and I'm terrible at lighting. I straightened out his hair a bit. It's still quite longer and shaggy. I'm just suck at drawing short hair on characters, which if you wonder why so many of my characters have longer hair, that's why. I just suck at drawing short hair. He still has blue eyes. I didn't change anything of his color palette other than lightening it a bit, because I feel like I had it a bit too dark than what I wanted. I struggle with skin tones as it is. One of my older OCs, River, from a different fandom entirely, her skin tone has changed about a million times over the years since I created her in like 2016. Oh my god, she is old. In like 2 years, in like, not 2 years, in 3 years, she'll be 10 years old. Oh my god, I did not realize that. I've changed her skin tone repeatedly, and it still does not look right. I may do a drawing on her and talk over that, and what I mean with that at another point. I also added scars to his eye. This is the old picture, because he's had two instances where he's had Greek fire blow up on him. One was his own Greek fire in the middle of battle, where he held a jar of Greek fire and it accidentally blew up into his face. He collided with another person. And the second one is, I keep Octavian an asshole because I can, and how the Greek and Roman camps come together is different than in canon. Basically, Raven and Nico work together to sort of bring them together behind the scenes. Raven is a very last-minute addition, and he is not happy about it, but he's even less happy that Nico kept Hazel a secret from him, and he's just like, Nico, I have proven repeatedly that you can trust me with shit, and you keep a sister from me. And it ultimately ends up in this huge fight between the two, which I need to write down and actually do a rainy day tale on, because it's one of my favorite little tidbits from this whole AU I've done. But yeah, and Octavian is just off doing his own thing. Tries blowing up Camp Half-Blood with explosives. And Raven takes the brunt of it. He shoves a bunch of people out of the way, including Hazel. And he nearly dies. This is one of the two instances where he comes closest to dying. He has near-death experiences repeatedly throughout the, he gets injured a lot. That's part of the joke, is how he keeps surviving shit. It's a running joke. But this is one of the few times where it's played seriously. It's like, yeah, no one thinks he's gonna live. No one thinks he's gonna live, and he somehow does. Like, that's gonna leave a scar, and I'm like, why didn't I put a scar there to begin with? Like, he nearly died. That's gonna leave some kind of a scar. So I give him a scar over one eye. I just, this is one of the things I do to have fun. I create silly little AUs that go completely off the rails.